Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Frank Leboeuf is with us, as is Craig Burley and Moreno. You look like you're going to say something. You all right? No? What are you doing? Bit weird. Right, which one?
This is how you check your progress.
Oh.
And how is it coming?
What progress are you trying to make?
Well,
that was a little tighter.
That tie is quite... it's quite the fig leaf at the moment.
What do you mean?
Well, it's covering up the belly.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's the progress.
Yeah, progress. Well, yes. In which direction?
Wrong one.
Yes, exactly.
Things were going so well pre-Christmas.
Right, and then what happened? Christmas, that's 6 months ago.
No, it's not.
Right, let's get on with this. Frank, which was the best goal today?
I would give an advantage to Courtois. I think he did a great save. Even if it's
not the goalkeeper.
Good.
Not the goalkeeper. Who scored the best goal? Vinicius Jr. or Kevin De Bruyne?
Oh, the best goal today.
Yes.
I think it's harder for Vinicius Jr. And his position of his body and his left leg is not in the right position, but he can curves it. So technically, I think it's harder to do what he did. But the shot of De Bruyne is so pure, so classy, and the fact that he keeps his body really on the ball, which doesn't allow the ball to go up, makes it perfect. But it's more difficult, so it's a better goal from Vinicius Jr., I would say.
There we go. We got the end.
Hey.
What's better, Messi or Ronaldo?
Well, no, that's an interesting question. I think that's a fair question.
I think it is.
I think it is a good question.
I think it's
what's wrong with the question?
It's very ESPN FC.
No, I think it's
Who's
an
better?
interesting question.
Who's better?
It's not who's better.
better?
Look, you've all played the game.
Can't we just enjoy the goals?
But we can't just sit here and enjoy everything. We have to talk about
enjoy
it,
life.
don't we?
Look at me.
What? Yeah, well, we can see you've been enjoying life.
I'm sorry, the Olympic athlete over there. Right, you don't. I'm eating because I'm on a downer.
Oh no! Don't start with that. Right, best goal today. Which one, technically, for you, as a former player, was a better goal?
Don't get smarmy.
No, I'm just saying that's if you want me to set it up like that,
No,
as
don't,
opposed
just
to
ask the
just a
question,
pub
right?
debate.
Well, you keep things simple. What's better for you?
Right, go on then.
Vinicius Jr.
Why?
Because it was on his weaker foot.
Okay.
As good as De Bruyne's was,
Yes.
Vinicius Jr. was running at full pace almost, and it was on his weaker foot, and the strike was pure.
Okay.
Because of that.
Right.
But it wasn't his weaker foot.
Oh no.
He hit it with the right foot.
All right, it wasn't.
He's hungry. Don't worry.
Why did I have it in my head? Why did I have it in my head that Vinicius Jr. was left-footed? Because he played on the left side.
I don't know. He's your man.
Right, hold on.
That
Start
we
that
don't
song.
know. There are so many things going.
Live, you say.
There are so many things going through your head, that we can't understand,
Yeah.
That we're not going to analyze that.
Yeah, we don't want to be in his head.
The build-up
no, we
to the
don't.
goal to Vinicius Jr. Not only the finish, but the build-up to the goal, the 1-2 between Camavinga
yeah.
and Modric in tight spaces, the run from Camavinga,
Yes.
and then the finish from Vini Jr. The whole package makes it a better goal.
There we go. Perfect. There we are. A nice answer. Thank you, Ali.
Well, I'm
What about mine? What about my answer?
well, it was okay.
Yours was
Well done.
angry,
Well done,
technically
Ali.
wrong. Apart from that, it was
Yeah.
great.
Largely
Just because he plays on the left side.
Frank, Vinicius made light work of Walker, Grealish and whoever else got in his way. As a coach, is it worth devising a plan to stop him, or is it best to just focus on other areas? Did he make light work of
Of Walker?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I thought it was a good battle.
Yeah, I think it was pretty a fair battle, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the question, in fact?
Well, the question is kind of...
Well, we're asking ourselves the same question. If we could get this test done.
What's wrong? You want to test?
I might do some sit-ups when we're on air here. Just try and get this.
Oh, no way. If you have a heart attack, I'm not giving you mouth to mouth. Right, Madrid.
Well, that's an image I didn't think
Ali,
I was
that means you have to.
Yeah, well, there you go.
He said he's not doing it either. Anybody else?
No, I'm a team player. I'll sacrifice for the team.
Listen, don't go there.
I can see.
Christmas was good. Frank, Christmas was good.
Did Madrid, Frank, show how to keep Haaland in check, or did he have an off day?
No, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think Rudiger and Alaba did very well, and they worked very well on his run. It's only one time that we thought that Haaland could get something, but Alaba made a fantastic tackle. So they read perfectly his game, and they predicted all what they wanted to do. And that's because maybe of Ancelotti, but also of the cleverness of the two players. But I think Haaland was unserved. Because City tried to be too conservative, didn't try to get with their instinct sometimes, as we can see sometimes De Bruyne crossing in one touch to Haaland and just finding him by feeling that he's in the right position. Today they didn't try that because they didn't want to lose the ball. They wanted to keep the ball, and so they didn't use him. So it's a little bit of everything.
Should Camavinga become a permanent left back? That man with Vini up front will kill any team.
Right. The answer is no. Short answer. I'll take the senior rag for the next part of the answer, and that is...
Craig's going to do some sit-ups. What you see that?
Well,
Get to
just
work,
one
though.
of you, some arms.
Camavinga has done a really good job of covering a hole for Carlo Ancelotti, but he's not a left back. And while he can run with the ball, and while he can show his athleticism, and sometimes he can make up for his lack of awareness defensively on that left-hand side, because he does have that athleticism and that dynamic movement over distance, he naturally doesn't really feel the position all that well. And today we saw in the first half that there was a chance there for Manchester City to take advantage of what was a built-in 2v1, and for whatever reason they went away from it, which then allowed Camavinga, and this is a change that Carlo Ancelotti made in the second half. He said, well, the same thing that Manchester City does in tucking their outside back in as an extra midfielder, how about we do that with Camavinga?
Right.
And he provided Real Madrid with an outlet. Defensively, however, if you leave Camavinga in 1v1 situation against a player that can fully take advantage of that setup and that matchup, I don't think that's something that Carlo Ancelotti would want to happen all that often. He's done a good job, but he's not a left back.
Craig, how the heck does Carvajal escape any card today? Over the years, we see it with Casemiro as well. Is there an art of players escaping refs' punishment in a game?
There is an art called winning the ball.
Right. Well, he didn't win the ball when he shoved Jack Grealish, did he?
I
Or
can't
kick him.
That was obvious.
Right.
So that's not an
So
art.
it's more about officials missing it than players
Probably.
putting the wall over their eyes.
I remember watching Casemiro, I think it was against Bayern Munich 3 or 4 years ago,
Yeah.
in the Bernabeu, and how that man was still on the field
Yes.
was a minor miracle. But
Yeah.
it was, and that wasn't getting away with it. That was just bad officiating.
Right.
But yeah, I admire the skill and the tenacity and the craft of these experienced defenders. It's a great battle, isn't it?
Frank, did you find that some players avoided bookings more than others?
Yes, there was a left back called Eric Dimeco, played for Marseille, very ruthless player, very, very strong. And because the referees knew how he was playing, like Carvajal, he knew that he was very strong, he goes for the fight. So I think they allowed him to experience some stuff before giving him a yellow card. So therefore, he had to make like 3-4 bad tackles before getting the yellow card. A little bit like Carvajal we saw today, that he made like 6 fouls and never been booked in the first half. And that's what it is with some players where referees, they know them and they say, okay, the guy plays with his tools, he knows how to be strong defensively, but he can make some mistake, but it's not violent. For them, it's not violent because they're used to that. It's that type of player. Rudiger, we know Rudiger. Maybe he could have gotten a yellow card as well on when he pushed Haaland or tackled Haaland. But everybody knows Rudiger as a very tough guy and using his physicality, and therefore they appreciate at a certain level the mistake they can make. Therefore, they don't give them yellow cards easily.
He was the angriest man on the pitch today, wasn't he, Rudiger?
Rudiger, he was good today.
He was really good.
He was very good. Yeah.
Getting tight, like Carvajal. You're not going to let Grealish get turned and run at you.
Sure.
You're going to get tight, rake him down the back of the calves if you can get away with it.
Right.
Not condoning that, but it goes on.
Okay.
Get in there tight, wind him up, all that sort of stuff. And Grealish has had a great season. He didn't have a bad game, but didn't have a scintillating game. Which is a bit of a surprise, I thought, on the other side, when Ali was mentioning Camavinga, they didn't put Foden or Mahrez on to run at him as a natural winger, rather than Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
We've seen Mahrez dropping that shoulder, luring Camavinga.
So why didn't he make that sub?
Well, it could be a couple of reasons. One, he didn't want to make a change to the personnel because he wanted to see the game out, and it was going all right for him. And two, Mahrez is probably going to play, or Foden, or both, in these league games that are coming up.
Oh, Everton this weekend, Craig. Which leads us to this question. How much does Pep playing his best 11 for the full 90 benefit Everton and Arsenal, given there's also everything to play for next Wednesday?
How much does Pep playing his 11 for the full 90?
So he's going to make changes, isn't he, for the game against Everton?
Yes.
Arsenal,
who are flying after their 5-1.
They are absolutely
It's a big
flying.
surprise.
A very big surprise, yes.
Do you know I love Brighton?
Yes.
Digressing somewhat, aren't I?
No, it's like how much does what happened today affect the weekend in the Premier League race? Let's just keep it simple.
Which I told you to do earlier.
Well, which I have done, and yet still you can't answer the blooming question.
Well, what I don't understand. What do you mean? What happened today changes? I mean,
Well, because he's not going to.
did you expect them to win like
Right.
5-0 and the second leg was over?
No, but it's a conversation we were inevitably going to have because of what's at stake, not only next Wednesday, but overall in the Premier League as well. So if he's not going to put out the same 11, is he, this weekend?
Well, no.
There you are then. How does that affect things against Everton?
Well, are you suggesting playing Foden and Mahrez and Alvarez?
No, I'm not suggesting that. I'm just asking how it affects things. And you could say, well, it won't affect things because they've got depth in the squad. Look what they've done in the FA Cup.
Oh. Wait, why don't you ask yourself the question?
Well, I may as well at the moment with him in this move.
I'm not in a mood. You're asking me. You know, it's like, how will it affect things? They'll put out a very strong team.
Right, so it won't affect things.
Well, you never know. I mean, you just
No
don't
wonder
know.
everyone tells
Did you think Everton were going to beat Brighton by 5 goals?
Goodness me, who thought that?
I mean, if you asked me a decent question, but
I'm reading the questions that are sent in. But this isn't even me.
But we've been talking about this for weeks. City will have to make changes.
Yeah.
Is it going to weaken their side? Bringing in Laporte?
So just say no.
What?
They'll still beat Everton, they'll still win the league.
That might not happen.
Yeah, just say no. Just say no. I can go and then I can go to bed. You know, that would be. That would be okay.
Listen, don't you start talking about waffling on, talking to me about a French fullback I've never heard of, playing for. Who did he play for?
Marseille.
Final
Marseille,
question.
Eric
Final-
Dimeco, come on.
Final question, here we go.
He's not going to bed.
Frank, do you like all of the hugs at the end of the game between opposition players? Are they too friendly considering how much is at stake? We saw Kyle Walker, Vinicius Jr. were hugging, weren't they, at the end?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. There is a time, you know, before the game, I wouldn't do that. During the game, you play what you have to do. But after the game, even if there is another game within a week, I don't mind. They can know each other. They can appreciate each other. As long as they don't really socialize before and during the game, I'm fine with the hugs at the end. I liked it. Seeing Walker and Vinicius Jr. fighting between each other and hugging at the end. I think it's nice picture of football, you know, and how players should behave.
Just say you like it and then I can go to bed.
No, just what you did.
No. Salad tonight. Yeah. Cucumber.
Do you have Stevie would hate it, wouldn't he? Do you?
Wait, what, dinner? Salad?
Well, salad he would hate as well. People being all nice after a game.
I don't really think too much about it. I don't like to see it during the game, half-time, like Frank said, or before.
Right.
Even if you know somebody, I'm kicking lumps out of you.
Yeah.
Have a beer after. They don't do that now, so they go to talk. They don't go in the players' lounge and have a beer together and have a chat. I wouldn't imagine.
Right, no. They hug it out, Craig.
It's 2023.
There you go.
That's how people Do it.
They do. They all hug it out. Ali, were you a hugger post-match?
Not really.
No.
I know you're surprised about this.
Yes.
I don't mind showing a sign of respect for your opponent. I don't mind that at all. But I do mind the fact that people are sort of seeking each other out from 20 yards, 30 yards away to go give a hug.
Right.
And you still have a game to play next week. That I'm not so comfortable with. But respecting your opponent and acknowledging that, no issues with that whatsoever.
Do you know what it is today now? As this program's went on,
Yes.
This show,
Yes.
and we're now in the extra time, I've got a bit on edge.
Really?
It's this Milan derby tomorrow. I'm like,
What was your prediction for it again? Frank liked that one.
no, my prediction is for
Oh, yeah, I love
0-0.
it. I love
I think it's going
I'm
to be
so
a great
excited.
game.
I wish we were already tomorrow. I wish we were tomorrow. You know, I'm so excited.
You're all so anti-Italian, so elitist.
You guys don't appreciate the nuance.
Of course, I'm French.
nuance.
I'm French. We don't like
I
Italian.
won't throw you under the bus.
Well, whatever you say will be true. No evidence.
Throw you under the
No
bus.
evidence.
I know there's people at this. There's people here that are involved with this show that are very excited about it.
Are they?
Very important people.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. It's only the boss.
I haven't met this man. I thought it was just Gab.
Oh, there's two.
OK, that is it. We'll be looking back, of course, on the Milan derby tomorrow. We will indeed.
Well, we're going to do a whole 2 minutes on it. And then we'll move on to Messi and Ronaldo.
Elitist. What was the best goal? Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.